Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the More Analytics Afternoon S&P 500 Gold and Bitcoin podcast for January 26th going into the 27th. Going to start off with the S&P 500. Okay, we've been bullish overall from 3502. We've seen 3,534.25 into the bull trend. A lot of other bullish calls in there. I took those all off hold this morning. We also had a large pullback and then held exhaustion with a 65.25 low, bounced 511.25. A couple other bullish calls in here. And then I said decent trade above 69.51.09 to 69.53.94 minus 39 per hour starting at 9:30 p.m. We'll project this upward 77 minimum, 160 plus maximum. So we saw that break here and we have rallied up to 69.95.50 so far. Decent failure back below that line. We'll warn of decent pressure. That's going to come in at bear with me a second here. That's going to come in at 69.50.86 to 69.47.90. Minus 39 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A decent penetration in there overnight is going to be 34.25. After 9 o'clock, it'll be 9:30, excuse me. Okay, in gold, we made new all-time highs again today and held an exhaustion level above. By the way, just this day in itself warrants a pressure before/if resuming higher trade if we can't take out the high of 5103, likely down into this gap before/if resuming higher trade. If we leave a maintained gap lower tomorrow, that'll leave a minor bearish reversal above. We've been bullish overall since August 16, 2018, from 1183. We'd seen 3,924.2 coming into today. A lot of other bullish calls in here. However, I said note we were likely in the last stretch of the triple time frame move up from 1618.30, 3901.30, and 3284.30 with possible exhaustion at 5107.90 to 5132.10 and higher. We're holding the lower of those with a 5107.90 high and have rolled over so far to 50.02.70. Decent failure below this formation right here, which is going to come in at 50 even 40 plus 30 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. That'll warrant decent pressure. It's not an ideally formed line. We'd really like to see a bounce off of it first before breaking below, and it's a very steep line. If we break below there decently and back up through it decently, look for decent strength to come in. I did say this morning, though, to get short on a decent penetration below 50, 69.50 plus 6.4 per hour. That was this line right here. We broke below that, and we've dumped down to 50.02.70 so far. And in the Bitcoin, okay, we've been bullish overall from 16,275. We saw 110,965 to the upside. A lot of other bullish calls in here. Those are all on hold. Then the trade below 124,228 brought in 43,478 pressure. Then there's a number of other lower time frame calls in here. But more recently, the break below 95, 155 warned of decent pressure, likely for days, and a possible run for 85 even minus. That was the break below this line right in here. We've come off down to here, and we've got down to 85, 900. Not quite the 85 target, but and then we also, but we've seen 9,255 of that so far. The break below 93,005 projected this downward 55 plus, or 5,500 plus. We attained 7,105 of that so far. The trade below 92,355 projects this downward 5,500 plus. We attained 6,455 of that so far. And then the trade back below 89,425 now warrants decent pressure. We've seen 3,525 of that so far. Decent trade above 89,584 plus 30 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. That'll warrant decent strength and a likely run for 91,290. In this sentence right here, I would scratch that overnight. A decent penetration in there overnight is going to be 1455. After 9 o'clock, it'll be 1285. Okay, I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast.